Hello and welcome to this week's reading vlog. I am getting back on the horse of doing YouTube again and I'm excited. I have missed you guys. I've been reading all of 2021, but I have not been vlogging or making mini videos. So I've been doing it and I have a lot of thoughts and things to share with you guys, but I haven't been like talking to you guys. Thought me turning on the light would help and it doesn't help, it makes it worse, I think. Anyway, we're gonna go with it. So it is January 4th on a Tuesday and I've actually already finished my first book of the year, which was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and that I'll pop a picture up here. It's one that I was meaning to get to last year and I didn't get to, and that was Hang the Moon. I was really excited about this one because I thought it was a bi romance, even though the cover is a girl ending up with a guy, which still counts for being bi. But I like that it was bi representation of that. I would say if you're going into that looking for bi representation, I would be iffy because the only snippet is in the very beginning, where we see a cute girl write her phone number on her coffee cup, and that's the only interaction that she has that's with an attraction with the same sex. So I don't know if I would count that as representation for that. So just be forewarned, because I definitely went into it thinking that it was gonna be this really good representation of these things, and it wasn't. So, but I still enjoyed the book. But I just went into it with false pretenses, I think. So I ended up giving that one a 4 out of 5 stars. And now I am currently reading, pop a picture up here, Honey Girl by Morgan Rhodes. And let's see how far I am into it. I am almost 2 hours into it and I am enjoying it so far. We're finally getting to the grit of it, I think. We're finally getting to actually interact with the other love interest, and this is a lesbian romance. So I've heard a lot of hype for this one, but I've also seen some mixed reviews on it too. So these lights are killing me. So I'm not sure what to think of it. So that is my current update. I am about to film my TBR video for this month. Oh, and I've got to start reading The Mistake, because The Mistake is our January book club pick for Shelf Indulgence. And so that one I've got to start reading, because one of my New Year's resolutions is to physically read my book club books instead of doing all audiobooks. So I'm excited to get into physically reading them, because I didn't physically read very much last year. So I'm gonna start reading that one today. I also need to edit my TBR video too, and we also have our yearly review in books, or yearly wrap up, I suppose, and that one's on Gabby's channel, which you will already be able to access that and go watch it if you haven't. It's usually a ton of fun, and I expect the exact same for this year. So I've got that later tonight too. So I've got a lot to get in for today for my day off. So I'm gonna go film this video, and then I will update you guys after I listen to a little bit more of my audiobook and hopefully pick up Mistake. So I am done filming. Hello, I'm done filming. And I now know what's on my TBR docket. Let's just say I wasn't expecting that to go the way that it did. And it should be interesting, although I think I'll be able to finish them fairly fast. But now I have to go edit that TBR video to get it ready to go up this week, and then I will sit down and read some things. So this is an actual reading vlog. Also, fun fact, cute shirts are for filming, but it was starting to bother me because the straps kept slipping. So office shirts always are the way to go, and of course leggings. So that is what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go edit, and then I will check back in with you guys once I'm done reading something. Hello. It's a little bit later. I haven't read anything. So I was planning on just editing today and reading a little bit, but then we decided to do our book awards, which is gonna come later in a few hours, and I had to get all of my answers ready for that, which took me a little bit longer than I was expecting because I had to get through all of my answers. But I am now sitting down. I'm gonna put off editing until Friday, and I'm gonna sit down and read. So you should be seeing this after you see my TBR. My TBR is of all like pretty thin sized books, which isn't bad. Like that's pretty good for like setting me up for success. But these are my options to choose from. So this is one that I should be reading. This is our book club pick for the month that I need to start. But also I feel like I can knock these out real quick, and these are also on my TBR. So I'm kind of debating getting one done, getting both done. I should be reading The Mistake, but these will be easy. I'm gonna pick up Shine Your Icy Crown. I've just decided. I'm gonna pick up Shine Your Icy Crown, and then I will update you guys on what I think after this one, and then probably pick up The Mistake. I should pick up The Mistake. Hopefully that happens. Hey guys, it is officially after the live show, and I have finished Shine Your Icy Crown by Amanda Lovelace. This is a 5 out of 5 stars. This is probably my favorite poetry book that I have ever read. I was constantly sending screenshots to my sisters. There is a big sister theme in this, like pro-sister, because I was concerned before. It just is such a good messaging in like for females in general. It definitely makes me feel like I want to like buy a copy and save it for when my like little nieces get older, because of how empowering the messaging is in here and just how lovely it's all put together. One of my favorite passages in here is actually one of the end ones. It says, "Do not plan your life so meticulously that you leave no space for starlight to leak in." And it says, "Miracles happen only if you let them." But I really like that line. There's so many different ones that I was like sending photos of too. This is definitely one that like, it's gotta be my top of poetry books that I have ever read. So highly recommend you check this out, especially if you're a fan of Amanda Lovelace. I can't wait to read the rest of hers that I own, and she's got a new one coming out in a few months too that I'm excited about. So that's gonna be all I think for the end of this night. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and start The Mistake to get the ball rolling for book club to actually be ahead of the game for once. So I will check back with you guys tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday, January 5th, and if you can't tell, I pretty much got super sick overnight. I was like feeling a little bit sick yesterday with like a sore throat, but it just really went downhill. So I ended up staying home today from work. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go get COVID tested. Yeah, just to make sure I'm not spreading anything. But I feel like I sound a lot worse than I feel. Hi, Watson. But I definitely had my fur babies keeping me company. But I wanted to hop on here because I was like, well, usually I can't read while I'm sick, but I'm gonna try. Hello. And I just happened to, I have an author event that I'm supposed to virtually attend next week with Tahara Buffy. I'm gonna be super bummed if I have to miss that. I'm gonna be super bummed. But I suppose I could try to take it from home too. But we're supposed to be talking about her new book, which is, oh my gosh, This Woven Kingdom. I've got an e-arc of it because my copy never showed up at my store for the physical copy. But I'm gonna sit here and read a little bit of that. I guess I just know it's her new fantasy series. I'm not really a big fan of the Shadow Me series, but I really like her other books that she's put out, and this one is inspired by Muslim culture and fairy tales, I guess, or mythology. She references like Greek mythology and how that ties in with like Christian literature and stuff. And so this one is based off of, I think it's Jinn, it's J-I-N, that is Muslim stories. That was in the little forward at the beginning of the book, but I'm gonna read a little bit of that and then check in with you guys. I know I said I was gonna read The Mistake, but I do have this author event that I need to like This is like a 500-page book, so I'm like, well, if I'm stuck at home, I might as well try to get like ahead on something versus just being like a lump in bed. Wait, Watson? He's just happy that he's got the human warmer here. So I'm gonna read this and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hopefully with good news that I don't have COVID. So, keeping my fingers crossed. Hello, it's day, I don't know. It's Monday, January 10th. I am still ill, as you can probably hear. So far, I have no idea. My PCR test hasn't come back yet. So I don't know if this is actually COVID or if I'm just stuck with a really bad flu that will not get better. I'm having a hard time reading because I can't focus, and I usually can't read when I'm sick, which is such a bummer. But I am so ungodly bored being stuck in the house that I am gonna force myself to at least try to read some stuff. I've got that new Terra Mafia book that I tried. I got like 17% into it, but it's a lot of like world building because it's the first in this fantasy series, so it's hard to focus. So I'm gonna put that down because that's not working for me right now. I'm gonna try to read the poetry book because I feel like this is gonna be the easiest to get through, and it's on my TBR. I also have The Mistake, which I need to be getting to as well, but I haven't even tried that one. Frankly, I've pulled out all of my graphic novels here that I like haven't read, and I'm gonna attempt to read some graphic novels because I was like, okay, they're gonna be short, so it's gonna be easier for my attention span to not like fall off course. We're gonna try that and see, because I would love to be able to read something while I'm stuck here, but it's not happening right now. I wanted to update you guys that I'm still sick and I'm still stuck in the house and I'm still waiting on my stupid lab tests. Me and the doggo are curled up on the bed, and I brought all of my necessities with graphic novels, tissues, water, medicine, and I'm just planning on not leaving the bed for the majority of this like day, besides changing the laundry, because I'm trying to be somewhat productive because I'm sick of just being a lump and I'm being bored. Anyway, I'm gonna go read this and I will be back. This is also gonna be way longer than a weekly reading vlog, but this is what this is now. Hello, it is now, God, what day it is? It's Tuesday. I ended up finishing The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one, and I didn't care for it. This one just didn't jive with me, which is a really big bummer because I just found my favorite Amanda Lovelace in this reading vlog, and this one might be my least favorite. Poetry is so hard to critique, but it didn't really resonate with me. There was a few ones in here that I liked, but otherwise it felt like you could, and I could be way wrong about this, but it felt like you could feel her writing block in here, and like trying too hard type of thing. It didn't really jive with me. I'm gonna rate it a 2 out of 5 stars. Let me know down below how you guys rate your poetry books and how like hard it is to critique it, because I under no circumstance think of myself as like a connoisseur or a like expert at critiquing poetry books. So it's really hard to critique it, but it just didn't jive with me. In other news, I have to go back and get retested because it's either that or I have to stay home for the full 2 weeks, and I'm already going stir crazy. So if I go back and get retested because my testing was insufficient, I guess, if it comes back with my rapid being negative, then they said that I could return back to work. Otherwise, I pretty much have to stay home for the full 10 days. So yeah, I'm already going nuts, and I already feel bad about like putting my coworkers in the position of having to cover me for this long. So, because there's not like a ton of people who can do my job. So I'm gonna go get retested. I imagine it's probably gonna take a while because first time I went to go get tested, it took like 2 hours to be seen. They are very understaffed and swamped. So I totally get it, but it's gonna take a while. That's just the reality of it. So definitely not complaining, but just trying to plan ahead. So I'm gonna bring The Mistake to read in my car, and I don't know, maybe it'll be a good like focus for me to be able to read it, and then hopefully that comes back negative so I can go back to work tomorrow. Obviously I still wear masks at work because I'm still sick, but I'm not like incapacitated sick. I just sound sick, but my symptoms have definitely shifted enough that I feel like I feel like it's just a cold, and I just want confirmation so I know I'm not spreading anything. Gonna go get tested. Hopefully I'll have good news when I come back, and hopefully I'll have read a little bit of The Mistake.
So I will check back in with you then. Woohoo! It is officially negative. I'm still a bit sick, obviously, but at least I know I'm not gonna be spreading around that crap. So I'm definitely gonna go back to work tomorrow and just be masked up to protect everybody. But I'm excited that I officially don't have it. I don't have to worry about it. And I can start getting back to normal life because I've been going out of my mind crazy, being stuck home and not being able to read because I can't focus on anything. So I am just gonna be doing some laundry on my last day of being stuck home, and then hopefully I'll be able to get some reading done, maybe? We'll see. I didn't end up getting any reading done while I waited because I got a call from the doctor like telling me to come in, so I got to like skip ahead of the 4-hour wait to get retested, so yay. Hey guys, it is Thursday. Gosh, I don't even know what the date is. January 13th, you can't see that. And I wanted to update you guys. I ended up picking up Sunstone, which is a graphic novel that I got my significant other for Christmas. This is a really like beautiful artist. This is the same, it's Stephen Sedgwick's work. The same person who did my Harleen comic. I ended up picking this one up per his recommendation. I ended up really liking it. I'm gonna rate it like a 4 out of 5 stars. This story is about 2 women in a relationship who is interested in BDSM. And so they create this BDSM relationship. I will say it's not the best representation of the BDSM relationship, but it is pretty good. The only thing that I will, you know, preface this with, and the reason why I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 stars, because it is a beautiful story. And it's not just like an erotica type of thing. It is actually like a story in here. Is that in here, I will say like, there is mention of aftercare. They kind of brush it off as aftercare is just a fancy word for cuddling, which I didn't like because not all aftercare is, you know, cuddling. Not everybody is touch focused. So I will say that if you guys don't know what aftercare is. So BDSM, you do a scene and then this is very brief. And then the aftercare is how you take care of the submissive. And, you know, the dom may have aftercare needs as well. It's basically making sure that you're getting back to a homeostasis place with your scene partner. So it's not just cuddling, there's several different ways to have aftercare. So I didn't like that they like brushed it off and simplified aftercare like that. And also there was no mention in contract, there was no mention in agreements, especially it being like the first time, especially for the sub, it wasn't taken care of. So that's another reason why it lost a star for me, is because there really should be like I just hope people aren't gonna read this and be like, oh yeah, that's how easy it is to get into a BDSM relationship, because there's a lot of like, you have to sign contracts and make sure you guys are fully aware of agreements, and because there can be so many different legal situations you can get yourself into in BDSM. Mind you, this is all taken from someone who does not partake inside the community, so there could be flaws that I'm not even aware of because this is not my community to be representing. But just from the things that I do know about BDSM, those are pretty glaringly obviously missing from here. But I overall really enjoyed the story. It's really gorgeous artwork, and I'm definitely gonna continue because I am so drawn to his artwork that I'll basically pick up anything, and the story is very good. So I'm really excited to find another series that I really love, especially since my Giant Days is done. So I'm definitely gonna go and pick up the 2nd volume today at work if they have it, because my prompt was to read a book, like read a brand new book. So I'm pretty excited about that, to go grab that today, and then I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to be picking up The Mistake because it's starting to get like, we're getting on dangerous territory that it's been a little bit too long. Oh, I still need to read Heartstoppers too. I forgot I had those checked out, which will not take me very long. Tomorrow is gonna be a like, I want to read like 3 graphic novels and start The Mistake. So we will see what we get to, but yeah. 4 out of 5 stars for Sunstone. Hello, it is now Friday, January 14th, and I thought I would give you guys an update. I am still sick. I am so sick of being sick, it's not even funny. But obviously I'm gonna still try to film today, hence like actually trying, because I don't have to wear a mask, so I'm not gonna have my shit get rubbed off even though I blow my nose. all the time, so I probably will have some of it rubbed off. Things like suck. That's not what we're here to talk about. I actually decided yesterday to DNF Honey Girl. I'll pop a picture up here. I got about 35% of the way through it, and it just wasn't, like, nothing was clicking for me. I didn't really care for the characters. I didn't really know what the plot was. Like, I got to the point where, like, this is not spoilers because it's about, this is what the book is about. It's about a girl who, like, got married in Vegas. She, like, runs out but leaves her, like, calling card for the girl that she's married to. And so then they end up having, like, a phone connection, and the girl has a radio show. We get a bit of that. The other girl has, like, a bad relationship with her colonel father, I guess. Like, I don't know. I was not impressed. I got 35% of the way through it. I spent a couple hours listening to it, and it was not for me. Like, I was not having a good time. Like, every time I would pick it up, I'd want to put it back down, like, immediately. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna DNF it. It's not for me. Like, I've heard great things about it, but it's just not for me. So I decided to set that one down because I wasn't having a good time. So that is a bummer that I ended up not liking. I've already DNF'd a book already this year. But I did pick up Some Girls Do by Jennifer Dugan. And this one I was immediately enjoying a lot more. I've already finished it because I finished it within 24 hours of listening to the audiobook. So it is a YA book, so it's easy to read. It's very fast to listen to. The audiobook is short. This one is, we have a new girl coming to a new school, or a girl coming to a new school her senior year because she was discriminated against at her old school. She is a, like, track star, and she needed, like, and there was, like, shit that happened at her old school that we don't get, like, fully into detail with, but she pretty much made her ineligible for, like, scholarships for college, and, like, there was some shit that was wildly ridiculous at her private Catholic school. I think it's Catholic school. It's religious school. And they were against her being with women and her having feelings for women, whatever. So then her family and her decide to fight the lawsuit because they pretty much, like, were blackballing her to colleges and stuff. And so then there was, like, they were, like, spreading lies about being poached by other schools and things like that. It was a whole situation. So she is coming to a new school as an out lesbian at this new school and just wanting to join track and stuff to finish out her senior year and be able to compete. But she can't compete until this lawsuit is either comes to a conclusion or gets dropped. So she's doing all of this. Then we have our other main character, Ruby, who is the, like, hoe around town, I guess. And she is sleeping with this guy. She doesn't have relationships. It's very well known. She's also a beauty pageant, like a beauty queen, because her mom, who got pregnant young, was a beauty queen as well and kind of ruined her chances. So her mom kind of put all of her dreams on her daughter, and so Ruby was doing all of that, but Ruby is also really into cars and fixing cars. So that's the whole situation. I enjoyed this book. I will say I don't love that there seems to be a trend in gay books about the, like, villainizing the one that's not out or unaware of their situation, like you know, not self-aware or not, like, understanding of what they are or who they are or what they are in that moment, you know, because sexuality is fluid. So I don't love that there is, like, that trend that kind of villainizes teens not knowing what they want, and the other one who wants to be out and loud and proud, like, being the other side of it. And we do see a bit of that. I enjoyed the story overall. I really enjoyed the characters. I like the way that it ended. It knocked off points for that for me because we do have a bit of that, and there is a situation that was not resolved great in this book either that, you know, irritated me. So there's also that. I ended up giving it, like, 3.5 stars. I still enjoyed it. It's not my favorite. It's not a bad one. It's very easy to consume. But yeah, 3.5 stars. So my camera is actually dying right now. Hopefully I don't get cut off. And I was planning on just jumping straight into filming to film my 2021 stats, but I don't think that's gonna happen with my battery dying. So I'm going to probably pick up The Mistake while my camera charges, and I will check back in with you guys after all of that. Okay, so now that my battery is charged, and of course it's like, I don't know, like a few hours later, 2 hours later, an hour and a half, I did not start the deal. I am thinking that one is gonna get like, I'm gonna start my next reading vlog, and that's gonna be the first one that I tackle because I have put it off. And I also need to read We Were Liars because those are the last two on my TBR, and I am determined to start off this year right. Knock on the fake ass wood here. But I did read Heartstoppers Volume 2. I have been needing to read that one, and that one was super cute, 4 out of 5 stars. The only thing is I wish it would be a little bit more complex, but I don't think it's supposed to be complex. So that's like, I don't know, asking a romance novel to have some mystery in it, I suppose. Like, you don't walk into it looking for that. So 4 out of 5 stars for Heartstoppers Volume 2. I have a picture up here. If you don't know, this is a continuing story of just 2 boys who are real cute together, and it talks about like coming out and discovering who you are and being comfortable in your skin. And this is a really great example of having gay stories, not villainizing the person who is not fully aware of what they identify, what they feel, and still figuring things out. So real cute. Recommend if you haven't. I think I'm probably one of the only people on the planet who has not read them. I have Volume 3 checked out. That's going to be going in my next vlog because I will definitely be continuing that before it gets returned. But yeah, I'm going to cut this off here. It's probably a super long reading vlog. Stay tuned. I'm going to be reading Heartstoppers Volume 3, and I'm going to be going through The Deal. So, The Deal, not The Deal, The Mistake. It's The Deal number 2. So that is gonna be it for my reading vlog. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are still here, I don't know, leave me, I don't know, like a little rain cloud, because I'm sure this is gonna be a long ass reading vlog, and let me know like what type of stuff you want to see in the future from me, because I'm trying to get back into the groove here. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!